Well, thanks for having me. I'm always excited to talk about LifeWave and my story because it's been pretty miraculous for me and my family. I was a good friend of Janelle's for many, many years, and I followed her on, still follow her on Facebook, and I'd heard her talking about
Mm.
LifeWave for several months, but it didn't really connect with me that it was something that I needed because I was pretty healthy, but not really. So when uh, when I had COVID back in 21, I got a chronic cough and I coughed for 2 years. And finally, I thought, well, I'm going to go see if I've got asthma. Do I have an allergy? So I went to the doctor and had all those tests, and they all came back negative. And he said, I think it's acid reflux. I was like, acid reflux? I don't have heartburn. I don't have any of that. And he said, well, coughing is one of the side effects of acid reflux. So he prescribed a medication called omeprazole, and I had heard about it because my sister-in-law's on it, and we'd done some research and knew that it, really was deteriorating on your bones. And I thought, I'm not going to do that. So I got in my car, I called Janelle right away, and we talked as I drove home. And I said, I don't know much about the patches, but I have nothing to lose. I would love to get on them and try them. So I did. I got on them in July of 23, and that cough stopped immediately, and I haven't had it since. So that's 2 years plus. But the other two other miraculous things was, one, I'm 74, and I have suffered from severe migraines since I was a teenager, to the point where they were debilitating on my job, my school. I'd plan birthday parties, and then I'd be sick in bed throwing up while my friends and husband had to put on the parties. Camping trips, I'm in bed all weekend because I'm sick. So I've suffered with headaches my whole life, and I've not had a migraine since I started the patches. Now that's pretty life changing for anybody. And then the third thing is that I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism and on the verge of Graves' disease, which just the name is ridiculous. I was like, okay, I've got to go a step higher. So I started doing X49, and eventually I bought a premier package, got all the patches. And about 3 months later, I went to see my endocrinologist, and she did blood work and took me off the medicine. But she warned me. She said, thyroid is tricky. It can go up and can go down. Well, I might have to adjust it. She said, I want you to come in every 30 days and we'll test you, or every 60 days. I'm sorry. So I did that for quite a few months, and my blood work stayed stable. And then on the last visit, she said, well, let's check you every 6 months. So I'll be going in at the end of this month, and I'm pretty confident it's going to be stable because I feel wonderful. But I love that doctor affirmation because I it adds to my story. This is an endocrinologist that is telling me I'm good. So I love that. So thank God for LifeWave.
Yeah.
And so those are the biggies, but I do have some smallies that are pretty important to me. One is I was practically bald about 2 years ago, and it has taken time, but now I have hair again, and it's getting pretty thick. So I praise God for that. Um, I was getting a lot of stiffness in my hands and my feet, and that's completely gone. I mean, literally just gone. I had a nerve that came across my back and around to the front of my leg and down the inside of my left leg that wasn't painful, but my leg was numb there. And that's completely gone. And then the last thing, but praise the Lord, is anxiety. I had anxiety. I wasn't sleeping well. And now, actually, Janelle woke me up with a phone call this morning at 9:30. I slept for close to 10 hours. So I have to set my alarm now if I'm going to get up. And I used to be up at 3, 4, really early. So that's my story. Lots and lots and lots of impact from the LifeWave patches.
I mean, that's all that took place.
That's it. Oh no, there's more. My husband's on it. My daughter's on it. Their lives are
Oh
being
my
changed.
goodness.
My
How up?
hairdresser, who loves my hair, now
Yeah.
she's on them and telling her customers about it.
Yeah, your hair looks great. So the cough, when you say, oh, for 2 years, that was every hour, every day, you would hack throughout the day. It just wouldn't go away.
It was constant coughing,
Constant,
just
always
constant.
hacking it. Yeah, boy, that gets old.
Yeah,
And you put,
well, I thought at first I had bronchitis, but then after 3 months, you don't have bronchitis and you're still coughing, and just it was just chronic.
wow. And then the patch comes in place, and then 1, 2, 3 days later, no more coughing. Hasn't
No more.
hasn't returned.
I couldn't even get through a phone call like this without coughing back then.
Wow. And
And
then
I understand that's pretty common from COVID and from acid reflux, different things. That's a very common
yeah,
lingering effect.
wow. No fun. And then when we were talking about the migraines, you had those actually for 50 years.
60.
60 years, excuse
Got
me,
him as a teenager.
60 years.
Yeah.
And when you talked about missing events with the family, I mean, when you get I talked to someone after you about a migraine and they were like, oh my God, I mean, it
Yeah.
just puts you out of commission.
Totally. You're
Yeah,
in bed in the dark,
yeah,
throwing up, can't
yeah,
eat, can't
yeah.
talk, don't even talk to me. It'll make me throw up. Yeah, terrible.
Well, you got my attention when you talked about driving home and having to pull over the side of the road and throw up. And I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
thinking, oh my God, how do you live? And then
Yeah.
all the family function and special events, like, hey, I'd love to go, but I feel miserable.
Or you're afraid to plan something because if you get a migraine, you're out.
Yeah.
And who's going to put on the party?
Yeah. But the hair part of it, a lot of women as well, obviously men too, but women, have hair loss. And I mean, that's one of those things, that's part of, the feminism of women with beautiful hair and skin.
Yeah.
At 74, your skin looks great and your hair looks as full as can be.
I'm really grateful.
Oh, what a change.
Yeah. Yes.
So happy for you. And Janelle, you knew from where?
Oh my gosh. Janelle and I met at church many years ago, not only in women's ministry, but in with our kids being in church together and activities and just, our families have been close for many, many, many years.
Right.
And then we kind of lose touch and then we would get back together. So we're pretty tight right now.
Yeah. And with I have nothing to lose idea, I'll try this patch thing and see what it does.
Yes.
Wow.
And to be honest with you, once you walk the walk and people see you and the changes,
Yeah.
they're interested
Yeah.
and they want to know what's going on. How are you doing this?
Yeah, what a huge change. I'm so happy that all that's taken place. And of course, Janelle, what a story with the one patch wonder that all the things that took place for her. When we were on the phone today, I thought, yeah, Janelle, you were a one patch wonder. And this was a woman who suffered for 20 years with a lot of things that
Mm-hmm.
she was as a Christian woman wanting God to take her because life was so tough. And one patch later, things turned around completely. Just amazing. I mean, I love being on here. I love watching these. I'm blown away every week
Mm-hmm.
with someone new, and you've kept the tradition going. So we're thankful. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Jennifer, anything you'd like to share?
Well, I'm blown away, like you said. Is that all? But I know people are wanting to know what patches did you use? How
Mhm.
long did have you been patching? Can you give us a little more detail
Sure.
there?
Sure. I've been patching for 25 months,
Okay.
so a little over 2 years. I did the X39 for the first 6 months. And then when I was coming off the thyroid medicine, I started on the X49 and Eon. And then I read more about it and I was concerned about the back and the numbness in my legs. So I got on glutathione. To be honest with you, I'm on all of them. I sleep with Alavita. I sleep with Eon and glutathione on my knees because I'm wanting them to be stronger and more healed and better. So I really use them all, but I did start in stages.
Oh,
X39, I added X49, Eon, then the glutathione, and then Alavita and carnosine. So I did a gradual, just on board.
which is the best way, really. So you used X39 for what, the first 6 months?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful.
and
And you can
saw
accomplish so
miraculous
much.
things on just one patch.
Right, right. Yep. I always say you can accomplish so much in the body with that one
Yes.
patch if you give it
Yes.
time. These health conditions that took years or even decades to brew up
Mhm.
typically don't resolve themselves overnight, that's for sure. But if you can stick with it, you will be rewarded. So that is great. Gosh,
And
thank
the other benefit was that as I started to have more of a impact, and my friends would say, "I want to try it," then I started earning money that helped pay for the new patches that I was trying. So
yeah, there you
it's
go.
really worked out. We're really beautifully in my life.
Thank you for watching. And to learn more about this amazing technology, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.